Pozdrav svima, moje ime je Countires. Ja ću da vam dadnem uvod u ono što mi danas da pričam. Znači, mi smo grupa 3, imali smo tema naše grupe je pisanje projekata. Mi smo zajedno sa, u stvari, naša grupa, pošto je za projekat najvažniji tim, naša grupa od nas 6 članova, to jeste ja, Hatidža, Atla, Ajla, Irhad, Mirza i Jana. Mi smo sa našim profesorom Elvisom naučili kako se piše projekti i kroz prezentaciju ćemo i vama da predstavimo kako se piše projekti, o kojih se glavnih dijelova sastoji. Također smo na jednom našem primjeru počeli da radimo jedan projekat koji ćemo u budućnosti nastaviti da radimo. S njim ćemo da kroz taj projekat ćemo pokazati, odnosno usavršiti nauku na stručnost kadrova fakultetima i uvesti neke nove smjerove kako bi lakše bili priznati, to jeste kako se lakše priznatimo sa jednog na drugi fakultet. Lekce.
Today we're going to show you how to write a project proposal through an example. We started writing one project. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to finish it because it takes a longer period of time. Hopefully in the near future we're going to finish it and submit it somewhere. Here we listed some sites where you can see examples of project applications. We're going to post this presentation online so you can check them out.
So when we came up with the idea of the project, the name was Joint Master Study Program in Physics at Western Balkan countries. So this project name is, as we can see, very big. So we need some shortcut. But when we got the shortcut, it was very complicated. You see G, M, S, P, P, we, double C. So we come up with some ideas like pro-macro or pro-precum. That is Irhad's idea, and also pro-yoma or pro-cum, and etc. and etc. I don't know what is the best shortcut. What do you think?
Green one.
Green. Pro-major. Oh, we got it. Okay.
So when you're writing a project proposal, first thing you need to write is introduction. The thing to write in the introduction is, first of all, you have to state purpose of the project, and in our case, that's new master program. Then you have to write motivation. What made you want to write a project on that theme? Which in our case was lack of interest of students in physics and lack of teachers, lack of physics teachers. And then you have to add what are your plans to solve those problems, solutions. We were planning to combine expertise of project participants to form a unique master's program in physics for universities in Western Balkan countries. And lastly, you have to state your goal, which in our case is to increase employability of master graduates.
Okay, now when you are writing the production proposal, in introduction, all of this needs to be in 1 or 2 sentences. And of course, it needs to be very interesting because you want to get funding. So later, when you are writing about motivation, you need to write how that problem has come. What can you do to solve that problem? So in our case, the problem was to drop off interest for studying physics, and there was also the lack of physics professors. We need, of course, the better study program at universities, and the major problem is preventing brain drain. Students are going in different countries, and they are unfortunately staying there. And of course, the lack of practices at universities.
All students with finished first cycle of studies can apply on master programs. Students with 188 ECTS or 240 ECTS. They can choose if they want 1 year master program or 2 year master program, depend how much ECTS they have. Languages that are going to be used in lectures depends on location of universities. Most of like domestic languages, and in the cases when we have professors who are coming from abroad, we're going to use English languages. We also have a plan to create a platform when we will have all online, in online format, and all the lectures will gonna be uploaded there and stay, and everyone can at any time can look at them when they doing their exams, or I don't know, whatever. Također,
submitting the program, we will adopt the European Credit Transfer System, ECTS, points. In the first semester, students will study at one university together, and they will choose their specialization paths or mobility paths based on which specialization they choose. In the second and third semester, they will go to the attend universities based on those specialization paths, and the fourth semester will be internship and writing master project thesis, which will be approved by the Council of Joint Universities. The final degree will be joint master's degree or multiple master's degree diploma.
The plan for platform is some sort of like IT academy platform are using right now. We can show you later if you want to see. It works in this way. All lectures are online, or exams are online, and attendance are be followed by, I don't know, about 80%. If you listen all your lectures, it's gonna be, you can get your grades after that. And with this kind of lecturing, you can cut costs. You don't need to pay other professors. You can find what you need in other universities, and you can use that. So that's the biggest reason why we want to connect all the universities.
And the next part of writing project proposals is a part called the dissemination. So I don't know how many of you have heard of this word before. I've never heard of the word dissemination, and when Professor Revis explained to us what we should include in this part, yeah, I understood everything, what it needs to contain, what elements, and what are we doing. But then after tomorrow I forgot everything, because I don't know what this word means. So I googled it, and the actual translation is, it comes from a Latin word, disseminare, which means actually scattering seeds. And that's what dissemination part of writing project proposals is. And it's really, really important. For example, in communication, dissemination would be presenting some idea to the public. But when we talk about, for example, science projects, dissemination would be, how would you have a project, you have an idea that would be the root of this tree. Then you have every element that my colleagues mentioned to be the tree, and you have the fruits and the seeds. And how are you going to scatter that idea, scatter your results? And we didn't do this part in our project because we don't really know how much money would we need for this kind of project, and how much time. But For example, what we could include is conferences, seminars, promo material, advertising material, and so on. So I hope that if somebody here ever in the future wants to write project proposal, and when you get to this part, which is really essential part, you need this part, you will remember that it's scattering seeds. No. And we just want to thank, first of all, our mentor, Professor Elis Ahmetovic, for sharing his knowledge on writing project proposals with us. It was really helpful. Then organizers of Connect 2020, all of the lecturers, and especially you who accepted to come here and make this experience great for us. Okay, we didn't come up with the idea, with the acronym for the name of our project, but we came up with a great acronym for our names. I guess you know what it is. Yeah, that's us. We are Mayaki.
To be honest, I just wanted to thank also this group, and if like we have comments from the mentors from before, just ask them if you want to comment and to give maybe briefly insight what did they do and about connection they made working with together.
Yes, of course. I would like to stress that this group is really good, and it was a pleasure for me to work with all these people together. And actually, I can say they learned a lot in previous couple of days about writing project proposals, and they combine their expertises related to different things. Some of these guys are really good in computers, and other guys can find a lot of very fast project proposal calls. Another are good in animations and something like that. Another guys are really devoted to discuss something about that and maybe to ask questions. And in most cases, I can say we had different ideas about all these things together. Also, I think they have found really good solution, and I hope they will be driving force at our universities for writing project proposals in the future. And I'm so happy because they did a really good job in very short time. It is actually initial idea, and this project is a really important project for universities, Western Balkan countries, I can say. Why? Because in European Union we have a lot of Erasmus Mundus joint master degree programs in previous, I can say, 20 years. And funds for these projects are usually very high, I can say. But in order to apply for these funds, we should have a collaboration network, and then combine expertise of different partners in order to propose something unique. And if we propose something unique, which is actually your idea now, then we can get funds from different programs. And I hope maybe your initial point and your initiative will be very useful maybe for the future, not only for physics, for other also fields, maybe chemistry, chemical engineering, and something like that. And that's all. And one again, thank you very much for choosing this group and for your wish to learn something about project proposals.
I would like to just add a few comments about this group and what you guys did. So basically, this whole thing was about teaching you guys something that you're not taught at universities: how to communicate science, how to write proposals. But that is what is going to be expected of you in real life, right? And all this communicating science is nice, but to be able to be here and to organize this, we needed to get some funding, right? And we need to beg people for money, and we beg people for money by writing proposals. So it's really important to know how to do that, and that is also one way of communicating science or communicating ideas, right? Have this cool idea, you want to teach something to people, do some research, but the tricky part is you're always limited with space and number of pages, and they always have these rules and forms and boxes that you need to check. And it's really important to learn how to do that, to go through that step. So I know this wasn't maybe the most glamorous part of this whole meeting, but it is actually essential, because without having project approved, we wouldn't be here. So I hopefully you'll find this useful, and maybe soon enough you'll help us maybe write a proposal to have studies in science communication at universities. I mean, there are in some countries degrees in science communication, so maybe we can do that as well. Yeah, I think you guys did a great job. At least you got your foot somehow into project writing, and it's different language than this. All fun and games, but now you have to be really precise and serious, and I think that's an important step. So guys, if you need funding for your videos and blogs, don't have you're gonna ask bad people for money, like please fund this.
We need to produce.
So yeah, great job.
And really, that's right, what you mentioned actually. We have now 3 different groups, and each group can help each other, I can say. For example, these guys can try to find different project proposal calls, as you mentioned 2 days or 3 days ago. And then another guys are really able, I can say, and I was surprised to see all these videos, blogs and something like that. You can spread the message about something in a different way, and then you should combine everything together. For example, they will find project proposal calls. They are able maybe to help you maybe all together to make a project proposal related to science communication, and all these 3 groups can have funds for doing something in the future. And the first step, project idea. You have project ideas, you have different groups now. Then the next step is calls for proposals. You have to look for this kind of stuff. And the next step is making consortium. It means 3 groups will sit together, online or something like that, and to discuss which kind of proposals also can we make related to science communication. And I hope, and I will be a lucky guy, if you will find some calls for project proposals and to apply at least to one project until the next connect meeting. And then to present us at this meeting your experience from the whole period.
No matter, invite us to your conference when you get funded.
It would be nice. And if you need any help from anybody of us, just we will help you, we will support you in order to achieve your goals.
Okay,
I agree,
so
thank
on
you.
that note,